Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to talk about what do we do when we're just pissed off. We have a crappy day. We have a crappy day at work. Okay? I mean, how do we handle that? I mean, how do we not fall into a trap of venting and taking out our crappy day with everybody around us? You know what I mean? I had one of those days, okay? And I got back from Thailand about 6 months ago, and I have passive income coming in, different things I do. Then I thought, well, to bring in even more income, I can get a job. So I went to a temp agency because I haven't been in Ohio. I usually lived in California for 18, 19 years. So I don't know that much about Ohio. My mom's here, my sister's here, and stuff like that. So I went to a temp agency. Of course, you're in small towns, kind of factory towns, so they put you in a factory. And the factory is just flipping frustrating. You're on a line, you're all supposed to rotate, that you're not doing the same thing hour after hour, so on. Then you get people that don't want to rotate with you, floor managers don't do anything about it, so you're sitting there doing a hard ass job for 8 hours when they're supposed to rotate. That being said, it just put me in a mood. For whatever reason, it just put me in a crappy mood. Then it kind of led me to kind of think, because I'm kind of processing as I'm driving home and stuff like that. And lots of times where I want to kind of take this video is, there's a lot of things we can go with this, but it's, being able and be careful about, we're all human for one. We're not going to handle every situation perfectly, but we have to be really careful about when I have a stressful day, just like I did, that not to come home and take it out on your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, your siblings, your sister, brother, your friends. You know what I mean? We get in a habit sometimes, and myself included, I'm talking about me right now. We get in a habit of when we have something bad happen or a stressful day, we come home and we vent to the wrong people. We take it out on the wrong people. You know what I mean? That did nothing to us, that's there to support us, but we end up venting to them. And sometimes not even venting, not even coming home and talking about it. You're coming home as a grump ass, basically. You're coming home grumpy, you're coming home pissed off. Then you're pissed off to your wife or your husband. You know what I mean? And you show that anger. You're not just venting to them. You're not just saying, oh my God, I had a stressful day. You're pretty much being an a-hole. You know what I mean? So, and it caught me. I kind of was in that mood. In that mode. And, I started thinking, that's why I want to do this video. What we have to do is, and I'm trying to work on this myself, especially as a work environment. We have a stressful day at work. Okay, maybe our boss is always a ding dong with us and stuff like that. And we come home and we take it out on our loved ones. Okay, but the direction is, in reality, if you're going to confront somebody, it's not your significant other, or it's not your family taking out on them. If you want to confront somebody, it's really your boss at work. You know what I mean? Or it's a situation at work. Being able to communicate that. That's where the stress is coming from. Being able to go to work and confront the issue. Be able to go to work and say, hey, look, this isn't right. And whatever the situation is being able to confront that. And I'm kind of giving a poor example, but it's really being able to confront where the issue is coming from. Okay, and not take it out on the wrong people. Okay, when you start confronting where the situation is coming from, maybe it's the floor manager, maybe it's pulling him, like in my situation, pulling him inside and saying, hey, look, and doing it privately, not in front of people, but pulling him aside and saying, hey, look, we're supposed to be rotating. We have a group of people rotating in, and just because they don't want to do it, we all have a job to do. We all need to rotate. That's going in performance management, that we're all not wore out. And when we're rotating, it means, like, what I mean by rotating is lots of times there's hard jobs and easy jobs. So if you all rotate, you're getting a hard one, then after break, you go to an easy one, then you get a hard one. You know what I mean? It kind of helps you. So when he doesn't stand up, it makes my day a lot harder, because he's not standing up to the employees that don't want to do it. It's being able to confront that issue, not just hide it and not confront it. Then you go home and you treat your loved ones like shit, basically. Excuse my language. but you get what I'm saying. And you can use this situation no matter what. Maybe it's not a work environment. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's somebody that talks to you any way they want to. Then you come home and you take it out on your loved ones again. You know what I mean? It's being able to confront those issues and confront them where they're coming from. Because when you start confronting where they're coming from, lots of times you'll be way more happier. And people around you, your loved ones, will be way more happier with you or with me. You know what I mean? And I know, like, the scenario I'm giving it, to play devil's advocate. I know you can come back and say, well, Chad, if you go to work and you confront it, they're just going to tell you, especially in a factory environment, they're just going to tell you, well, if you don't like it, there's the time clock, or if you don't like it, you can quit, or whatever. And if that's the decision, if that's the decision that needs to be made, that's a decision that needs to be made. If that's going to keep your sanity and that's going to keep you happy and stuff like that at home, then maybe you need to quit and move on. Makes sense? And I'm not telling you what to do, or I'm not, even in my situation, but I know sometimes people play devil's advocate with it. Well, I can't just quit my job. I can't just go and confront my boss because he talks mean to me. But I think with most people, okay, when you do confrontations, even back in my, when I used to be a COO and stuff like that, a VP, that when you confront situations like a manager or a boss, that's why I said earlier that do it privately. Don't pull them aside, do it in front of people. Makes sense? Because if you do it in front of people, he's kind of losing face with his employees. It's kind of like you're kind of like, maybe you're not doing it on purpose, but it's kind of like you're trying to embarrass him. And then he's going to want to protect himself. You know what I mean? He's going to want to embarrass you. So he's going to defend himself. Okay, if you do it privately, behind closed doors, you come in and say, hey, sometime today I need to talk to you. Okay, I need to pull you aside. If if he says, or she says, like, oh, we can do it right now and it's in front of people, and you just say, hey, it's a private conversation. I'd rather talk to you privately in your office. So we can do it now, or if you have time later, we can talk. Okay, if you handle it like that, most of the time, okay, in a private setting, things will be worked out. Okay, not saying everything is worked out 100% of the time, but most of the time things will be worked out because you're showing him respect. You don't want to embarrass him or whatnot, and you can easily communicate. And lots of times they can easily open up to you, and a conversation and a situation will be way better that way rather than trying to do it in a public environment where he might start kind of getting heated and you're get heated and emotions get involved. And once emotions get involved, we never make good decisions when we start getting emotional about stuff, because, it's just how it is. It's just, as motion goes up, you have to, I have a video I can do on this, but as emotion goes up, okay, intelligence goes down. Okay. Same way in a sales environment. When people get you so excited, emotion goes up, intelligence goes down. That's why you make, in sales environments, that's why you make purchases you shouldn't make, but they make you get excited and feel, and then you have the impulse buy. Okay, emotion goes up either way. Emotion goes up very, very positive, you can make a bad decision. Emotion goes up very negative because you're angry. Of course, intelligence goes down. You can make bad decisions based on your emotion. Okay, that's a whole nother video. But to kind of stay focused here, it's and I'm talking to myself. It's being able to direct that focus in the right direction. If it's coming from your work, well, who at work is making your life a living hell? Okay, is your boss? Well, you need to confront that. Okay, then you confront it privately to kind of keep the cool. Okay, and if it comes down to you quitting, comes down to you moving on, hey, maybe you have to do that. But most of the time, things are gonna be fixed, handling it the right way. But what we don't want to do, and I've done this, we don't want to come home and be a bear. We don't want to come home and be grumpy, because you're venting on the wrong people. Makes sense? I mean, I could have a great day, then my significant other comes home and she's grumpy. Then I'm just like, whoa, what happened? You know what I mean? Then pissed off or whatever. or you can do that to your friends or whatever, people hang around you. You know, people don't want that. Okay. Of course, we're not going to be, of course, we're human. We're going to make mistakes, but it's something to keep in mind. Not bad habits that we get into, you know what I mean? But that's what I want to share with you. Don't want to ramble on and on and on. But just, you know, if you have a day like I did, just kind of keep in mind, beware of, or keep aware, not beware, but keep aware of, you know, are you letting your frustrations out on the wrong people? Makes sense. And when you confront things, are you confronting the right people? Makes sense. You kind of, you know, figure out where that frustration is coming from and confront it. Confront that person. You don't take it out on other people around you, because most of the time we're taking it out on people that love us. Okay, people that care about us. Okay, but that's all, my friends. Hopefully that helped. You know, kind of helps me kind of doing this video. Wish I could go live. You know, once YouTube approves my channel, gets bigger and bigger and bigger, I'll be able to go live and do live videos as well. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video.